The key here that we want to bring out of this whole role play is that if you try and talk to them about moving to the next level in the real estate buying process, and they're not ready to, they will resist you. And so often at an open house, we want to talk about homes. Houses. And that's not the point. The point is you got to take them where they're at. So you should know. You should be able to say to me, Rich, and you guys got it in your manual, right? We talked about the 7 steps. I'm going to actually give you a copy of that today. We'll get you a copy. But basically, you want to turn around and you want to know where they're at. They're at that step, that step, that step, that step. You should be able to, to figure it out, because each step they need something different. If they're just kind of, well, I'm thinking about moving, way different than, yeah, we've done all the research and I think we should start looking. That's a different step. There's 3 steps in between, right? You got to know where they're at, because if they're here and you talk to them about homes, they're just going to be, it's going to be, yeah, we're talking about buildings. That's it. If they're right at the stage where you're talking about, getting ready for the next step, you've jumped 2 steps, you will lose your client. And we do it all the time in real estate. We move too fast for our clients or too slow for our clients, and you're either frustrating them or irritating them. And all you have to do is just find out where they're at and help them get to the next step. And if you don't do it, the next realtor will. So that means you've done a lot of work to help them get to the next step, and somebody else is going to get paid for it. And if you do that, I'm going to give you a high five, and I'm going to phone up the other realtor and thank them for taking your money. And you will not be able to complain as long as you're on this team if you haven't done the job effectively. I hope everyone likes that. So let me say it again. If you turn around and you don't match the client effectively and you lose the deal, you don't deserve the money. Okay? So your job, find out if they're at a 2. If they're at a 2, help them to stage 3. If they're at stage 3, help them to stage 4. If they're at stage 4, carry on. But you won't get any of that going unless you get the appointment at the end. So we want an appointment. Well, you think about it. If somebody's at a 2 and you're saying, let's go take a look at a home, they're going to go, no. They're walking out the door. Yeah, you're going to call me, but I'm going to ignore you. I guarantee it, 100%, right off the top. And you would do the same. Right? If you were looking for a car, think about it. If you were looking for a car or you were looking for a mattress, it really makes no difference. But if you were not ready to buy and you needed more information, they kind of just say, buy this. You want this one or this one? They're using it, dual close. Do you want this one or do you want this one? Do you want this one or do you want this one? Do you want this one or do you want this one? And they were using tactics on you, you just get irritated. Right, you're just going to get irritated. I could knock $50 off for you. And you're going, look, I need some questions answered. Exactly, you see how this works? Yes. And so you have to match, right? And so you sold shoes. This is a great example. When did the sale take place?
When does the sale take place?
When you're selling shoes, when does the sale take place?
It's taken place already, before they even walk through the door usually.
They walk through the door, and the minute they fall in love with it, it's game over, right?
No.
No? What happens?
They have to try it on.
They have to try it on, right? They got to experience it. They got to become
They
emotionally.
need you to love it. They need you to tell them.
But you see, that's all positive. By the time that they get to the place, you got to tell them how good it looks. Well, that's number 7. That means you got to reaffirm my buy. Right? That's number 7. We want social convene. We want what's that?
They're $120 shoes.
We want people to tell us that we look awesome in those shoes, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, same thing applies in real estate. They're there because they want to take a look at a property for various different reasons, though. And depending on where they are in the purchase cycle, if they're in the purchase cycle, as a buyer, we have to match them. If we don't, they're going somewhere else. And that's why some people will wander around for like 6 months. 6 months, and they'll be doing it every weekend. Then they'll take a break for about a month. You know those ones. You'll see them at 2-year open houses a half a year apart, right? And they don't seem any closer than they were before because they're still not sure what the next step is looking like, and they want to do it. And nobody stood up and said, I can help you. Looks like you're still looking. I should probably help you out with this so you can get what you need. They're interested, and they're willing to do it. Because most people don't like to be in that process longer than they have to, because it can become very irritating. So it's not usually exciting to go after something for 6 or 8 months in a row. It's usually frustrating, right? So help the buyer through the process.